There we go. Okay, what I want to know is
I don't think
when you got
I don't
married.
think I know that.
Yeah.
When we got married.
Yeah, when you're both, when he came home from the service.
Okay.
When'd you come home from the service?
When?
Yeah.
December
December.
1945. December what, 25th or 10th? What was it?
10th or 11th.
And that's when you came
But they
from.
lived at Wellington.
That's when you took the train from San Antonio
Yeah.
back.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, got my discharge up here at Fort Sam Houston. I'm thinking we got it December 25th, is it?
No. It's over there. It's
Is it?
December the 11th.
Well, anyway, I got down here at Fort Sam Houston. I think we spent 2 nights there waiting to get checked out because it was crowded, it was full. And I got my ticket to Dodson, Texas. That's where that's the only address I knew where they lived, and that was their address because I didn't know it then.
And where was Dodson?
It was right almost on the border between there at Hollis, Oklahoma.
You go from
We go down the county line.
and go east of east of Wellington,
Mm-hmm.
and just to the Oklahoma line over there. Wasn't about 25, 30 miles.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about from Wellington now, not where y'all live. Y'all lived almost halfway in
I know.
between.
Well, what kind of place did you live?
Went
Us?
Yeah.
We lived in a White House. The picture is in there on the wall where we live. It was a white farmhouse. And Daddy did all the farming back then.
well, he asked me about down here now,
Yeah.
at Fort Sam Houston.
Okay.
Yeah, you came into Dodson, but who was in Dodson?
Nobody.
His mother and dad.
No, that was their mailing address. They lived 15 miles.
Well, I
Okay,
know.
well,
Yeah.
what'd they live in?
They lived in a house that had 3 rooms and a screened-in back porch.
About a mile and a half from where y'all live.
Mm-hmm.
Back.
Well, when did y'all move? How'd you wind up there? From Sulphur Bluff, from Sulphur Springs?
Well,
In the,
Uncle John and got Chester Hunter to come get us, and we moved out there where Uncle John was. Mama had asthma, and she had to get out of.
about what year?
Oh, that was in.
Well, they was moving where they could make a living. They had a
Well, you went to the service in 42,
yeah.
and you were in Sulphur Springs.
Yeah.
So by
We
45,
lived at Mount Sterling.
by 45, everybody had moved to Dodson.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
how did that
44 or 45, I don't know. They had been there about a year, I guess, after I got home. I mean, before I got home.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'd been right to that address, Route 1 out of Dodson, Texas.
Yeah, but before they moved over to Dodson, they lived at Loco.
They lived at 2 or 3 different places there
Mm-hmm.
before they moved over there.
Tell me what happened
then.
between 42 and 45 then. You're the only one that was...
Oh, Papa and Granny moved from. They moved from Arizona out there.
No,
And
wait now. How'd they get to Arizona if they were in Mount Sterling in 42? He went to the service in
They
what
went-
month of 42?
I left August of
42.
42.
And everybody was living in Sulphur
And they were
Springs.
still living in
Okay.
Right
And,
after that, they moved to Arizona.
Mount
Where
Sterling.
did y'all move to?
And they moved to,
We moved to West Texas there.
Okay,
Daddy
so the
was
Smiths
from-
went to Arizona and the Hamiltons went to
yeah.
West Texas where?
Well, they just kept, they
Dodson.
would
We
talk to
were-
this person and that person.
went straight to
There's a lot
Dodson.
of work
We
here, a
lived
lot
on
of
the
work
county
there.
line.
There in Wellington.
Yeah,
They worked at that Marana Air Force Base out there too, Mom and Daddy and Rosie
yeah. But they didn't move
and
to.
Red Rock, Arizona.
They didn't move to Dotson and Loco until
It's 40,
about 44.
44, late 44, early 45.
Because Noel and Jean was married, and they come on furlough up there.
Yeah, well, they were still in, Noel was still in Nebraska when they moved out.
Okay, well, anyway,
He was in
everybody
service. He was in service
everybody
up
happened to
there.
be in Dotson in 45.
Yeah.
All right. So how long did y'all know in advance that he was coming home from the service? Just tell me the story of how
It
that
wasn't-
happened.
Not too,
Well, when
not
the
too,
war
not
was
too many
over-
days.
When the war was over,
In August.
yeah, he was in Japan, wasn't he?
Yeah,
And so when he got out, well,
in that island where
we found out that he was getting a discharge, and he was to get it at Fort Sam Houston,
well, it was
Texas.
about, what, 3 or 4 months after the war was over,
Yeah,
before they got down to all the people.
That's about November.
you come in up at Bremerton, Washington on the ship, and when you got in, you said you drank 8 pints of milk.
Well, them little, like you got his
Yeah.
ice box over there,
8 half pints of milk.
you know, for your supper.
Yeah. So he was.
That was in Seattle, Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then you took the train to San Antonio.
Take the train to San Antonio down here. Then from there, I take the train to, the only place I knew was Dotson, Texas. I didn't know where Wellington was, didn't know where Childers was.
Mm-hmm.
And they made my ticket. I think we still got the ticket to Dotson, Texas.
Yeah.
Okay. And
And I got on the train. They carried me down to the depot where we was at down here.
We was in Childress waiting for you.
Well, I ain't got to that yet.
so
So
you
got on the train here and rode it. We rode all day long, all evening, all day, and got to Wichita Falls.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to change trains at Wichita Falls. Well, I went into got my ticket in to get it, transferred. But the train left out there for a month to Dodson, So they advised me to the conductor there, highway, you can see the highway from the train depot. He said, get on that highway out there. And said, they want a car pass you unless they pick you up. And you go to Childers. When you get to Childers, you turn to the right and go to Wellington. And then Dodson is just, a short distance from there, but I still didn't know where it was at. And I did what he said, sure enough. They picked me up right on I think the first car carried me to Childers. Of course, he was going straight.
Mm-hmm.
And I got off, and first car there, back then, anybody with a suit on, nobody passed you. They all picked you up. And rode it to Wellington, got off there. Of course, Wellington was 2, 3, 4 blocks from the highway, wasn't it, back there? I got out my old, I thought, well, maybe go up and walk around the square, if they got a square, might see somebody I know. I knew that Uncle John and them and John Laverne and Bill and Gene, I knew they had moved to Wellington, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
We're close to it, but couldn't find nobody. So I asked for which way was Dodson from here, and the guy showed me. And I had my bags bag. It was full.
Mm-hmm.
11 miles I walked from Wellington to Dodson.
Walked past our house
Yeah.
He got on
And there was not a car, a dog, or a horse
On
that
that
passed me going my way. They was all going the other way. So I finally got there and just walking. It's just a small town. There's a guy sitting out in the front yard under a tree, and he waved at me and said, "Come here." Oh, well, here's one of them buddies I got to meet. So he asked me where I was going. He'd seen that pack, and I said, "Well, I'm trying to get home." And he said, "You live here?" And I said, "No." I said, "I don't know where my mom and daddy lives." I said, "They get their mail. I've been writing them for about a year now for Route 1, Dodson, Texas." He said, "I don't have no idea," but said, "I know the man that delivers the mail."
Mm-hmm.
So he got me in his car and he carried me over there. Well, he was gone. And his wife come to the door. And he told her what was wrong. And I told her that my folks, I don't know where they live, but their mail is Route 1, Carl N. Smith. Route 1, Dodson, Texas. She said, "I know right where they live."
What time of the day was that?
What time of day?
Yeah.
It
when
was
you
somewhere
got
around
there.
1 or 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
And she carried me, she drove right around. And the only ones that was home now, while all this was happening, Mom and Daddy found out somewhere that I was on my way home and had been discharged. And I would change buses at Childers, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Well, see, I didn't write and tell them whether it's going to bus or train or what. So they got in the car while all this was happening. They got in an old pickup he had,
truck.
and they went over to Childers, was waiting at the bus station for me to come in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got there, got home, and the only one that was there was Bert and Grandma. And of course, Bert, she heard the car when it stopped. I said, "Here she come." I don't think she opened the door. I think she's running through it. So she told me, I said, "Where's everybody at?" She said, "Well, they're over at the Children's waiting to get you off the bus to bring you home." I said, "Oh, no." So this woman said, "Don't worry." She said, "When I get back to the post office," said, "I'll call Children's bus station and have them to put over the loudspeaker that Red Smith, your son, called out in Bud Smith, is at home." And sure enough, she did. And it wasn't long till here they come. She was with them all the time. Now she was with them.
Yeah, they wanted me to go to her little kids down.
You was having fun riding around while I was walking your car, carrying them back bags.
Bullhorn. Then we was in the back seat.
Yeah.
May was in the front seat with Granny and Papa. And me and Alice and Hattie was in the back seat. And on the way
I
home,
thought they was in a pickup, that little
oh, it was a
pickup with a bed at
truck.
the back of it, huh?
It was that truck that
What's that
we
truck?
drove, we dated in, that didn't have any lights.
Yeah.
Then that Papa was driving so fast in that old truck till the kids was just bouncing. And I laid down on them with a spare tire. And that's what held us down in that truck. Why? Those kids would have been by themselves, and Alice was 9
Well,
years old.
When Bert told us that Mom and Daddy was over there waiting for me to get there, well, this woman, she said, "I'll go on down and call." She said, "It won't take them long to get over here." Well, it's about 20 miles now, over to from where we lived over to Childers now.
Yeah.
It took an hour.
Yeah. So time she left till they got there, I figured it was an hour and a half, but it was quite a while. And me and Bert was standing out there in the front yard, and we could hear a car coming, but it wasn't him. We could hear another, and it wasn't him. Directly heard another, and we see kids, you know, it's a mile down the road, but they had their hands up waving. And they pulled in. Pulled in there, and they all run and grabbed me. Mama, they let Mama get up there first, and then Daddy, he stood back. And all the girls got through, and Judy was standing there, and she grabbed me on, hugged and kissed me. And so after that, I asked Mom, I said, Mom, who's that girl out there? She said, well, that's Tom Hamlin's girl.
That's Juliet.
Well, see, I can remember back then, but she wasn't, I'm 7 years older, so when I last time I seen her, she wasn't even
That
half
big.
grown.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they,
But Grandma
So,
was there.
Grandma Heron or
Grandma
Smith?
Heron.
Heron. She was
And
there.
Darrell was there somewhere. I think Darrell was there with, he wasn't with y'all.
No, he was
I think
there.
Bert kept him there at the house.
And Dorothy.
Hmm?
Dorothy was there. Because she was sick.
Well, Dorothy wasn't at the home when, there at our house, at Mom and Daddy's house when I come out of service first. Because
Yeah. she
Bert and
was.
Grandma Heron was the only one that was there. So y'all got back.
Dorothy may have gone somewhere. Well, what happened for a couple of days?
Hmm?
Well, we,
Well, the
Mom
funny
and
thing,
Daddy
the
was
best
there.
thing, when they all got there, Daddy stood back. He didn't rush up. The rest of them was just
Mm-hmm.
screaming and hollering and grabbing.
Mm-hmm.
And he was standing back, waiting for everybody to get through. And he didn't say word one. He said, you know, welcome home. We're glad to see you. Just thank God you made it.
and they was holding May, and May said, oh, you're squeezing me, let go. So, anyway.
Well, May wasn't very big.
Well, no, she's only 4 years old,
Yeah,
but she wasn't any
she was-
bigger than,
She's 3.5.
wasn't any bigger than
And
Lori.
I
She was
gone
so
three and a
little.
half years, and she was 6 months old when I left. That made her four
Yeah.
years
Well, then-
old.
Well, then what happened for?
She was about that big, about that
Yeah.
tall. She ain't much taller than that now.
No, no.
Well,
So what you'll do for the next week? Or it was before,
this for Christmas.
just a few days before Christmas. Yeah. What was the weather like?
I don't remember what. We went
Weather
to,
was
me
pretty
and
good.
her and Dorothy went over to Oklahoma. It was a skating rink over there. What was the name of it?
It was a skating rink.
It was over
And
in
we got
Oklahoma.
a picture in there.
It's over in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I forget the name of the little town. They wanted me to take them skating.
Hollis.
And I told them, I said, I can't skate. Well, we'll learn you. And got over there and neither one of them could skate.
Nobody could see. Wow.
And we went there, of course, we all failed 2 or 3 times.
Oh, yeah. But then,
And then it wasn't, I don't know whether it's
We
a
had a
month or
slumber
two,
party
but y'all,
at your house, we had a slumber party.
Who's we?
yeah,
Just the kids.
Dorothy
Yes.
had,
Dorothy had, and I was
and
there.
with Alice was a pretty good size, not much. It wasn't long now till, see, Arlene and Gladys and Maudie was all working at Sears and Roebuck in Dallas.
Yeah, wasn't long till they come home.
And
Who was that? Art?
when I came
Arlene, Maudie, and
home,
Gladys.
No.
she went to Dallas and went to work.
Right after you came home?
Yeah. After the first of the year.
And I don't remember what day I went up to Dallas. Went out. I was headed for Sulphur Springs. When I left home, that was my route to go to Sulphur Springs.
To do what?
A girl down there I used to go with before I left.
Mary Campbell, AJ's sister,
And
Yeah.
and Doris DeBoard.
I caught. No, I never did go with her. And a highway's into Love Field over there, and they could get your bus over there into Dallas. Back then, you could get on the bus for a dime, and if you get a transfer, it wouldn't cost you anything. Get over on the other bus, go, another place.
You
So I
could-
rode it to. I knew it was on 8th Street in Oak Cliff. That was all. Well, it had the house number. But Tom, I didn't know 8th Street run north and west 40 miles, you know, from one end to another.
Yeah, yeah.
So this bus stopped out there at west somewhere, I don't know where it was, but crossed, I told them I wanted off on 8th Street. And I think it's about 4 or 5 miles.
That's out in the
down
west.
Oak Cliff.
Yeah, I was out in West
And I
Dallas.
walked every step down there.
Mhm.
Of course, now then walking wasn't nothing. You could just walk, and keep walking. And it was after y'all got off from work when I got there late that evening.
Did you know he was coming?
No, she didn't know it
No.
was coming.
No.
And I found the house number there over in Oak Cliff. She come to the door, of course she recognized me when she opened the door. And I was to go to Sulphur Springs the next morning. So that night, Arlene said something about, said, why don't you leave, when we leave in the morning, go to work, go into the office, and let them sign you up for a job. And then when you come back, you'll have a job when you get back. Well, I did. We filled out an application. They sent me to the doctor, had a physical. Come back that evening, said, be here at 7 o'clock in the morning, go to work. And I never did go to Sulphur Springs.
Yeah. And then how long did that last?
I worked at Sears, 6, 7 months or a year or something like that. 96 cents an hour.
Well, now you, okay, so
No.
you got married in March of that year or the
Well,
next,
I
no,
don't get
40,
to work that long.
yeah, 46.
Yeah, we got married in 46.
46. So what happened between Sears and when you
Well,
decided to get
we'd go to the
married?
movies, and
And then you had that friend there, the board, that we
Chester
went to
Gray.
visit. Yeah. We
Gray
went to
board.
visit, or he come to visit us.
you know, we went out and visited them. Well, we only went out for supper though.
Yeah. And he said, so this is Snoopney.
And Judy,
He was
tongue-tied.
tongue-tied.
He
talk.
couldn't.
Snoop me.
So this is Snootney. And Arlene called me Snootney for a long time.
But that Brady board now was some kin to Mama.
Yeah,
But how did you know him?
Grandma Henry.
He was from Sulphur Springs,
Uh-huh,
but he was in Dallas.
yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody was
He
in
lived
Dallas.
out in Eagle Ford.
You remember
Eagle
talking
Ford
about
was out in,
Just in
Ain't
West
Sally
Dallas.
Rushing, you know,
Yeah.
her and Grandma Henry were sisters.
mhm.
And he was kin to the Rushing.
Yeah.
Well, when did you decide you were gonna get married?
Lands, I don't know.
Somewhere between
March.
Jesus.
In
Tomorrow.
No, in March.
In March.
Well, he bought me an engagement
Me and you
ring.
and Dorothy.
Y'all got that engagement ring.
Mhm.
He bought that engagement ring, and I was still working at Sears. And so he said he was quitting and going back to Wellington. So I told him I had to go to school, and I quit. We went back, and then Noel come in from his service, and you was sent over to the house for milk for Linda. You went with Noel. That's why you quit your job. You went with Noel to
Went up to get Jean and Linda.
Nebraska.
Linda was the baby. I went up to Nebraska.
and you took that old
Well, that
clunker.
pickup Daddy had.
You took it and traded it off for that truck.
That what now?
You took that old junk car truck and traded it in and got that newer
Oh, I don't.
model truck that Lester wrecked.
Well, this is before you got married or after?
This is before.
Before, okay. So,
Okay, so
I want to know what.
we was courting whenever he would come get the milk.
Well, we went and got them before me and you
Yeah.
married. I went.
Yeah.
Me and Noel come in, and me and him went up and got Jean and Linda.
Yeah.
Went up one day and come back the next.
Back to 8th Street.
No.
No, we lived out at Wellington.
So you'd already gone back to Wellington?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Before you got married?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
I went home.
What happened the
They,
week?
they lived there in over the street house, is that what you call it? Where y'all lived?
Yeah.
What happened the day you got married?
Well, the day we got married, we told Mama and Daddy that we were going to Mangrum, Oklahoma to a rodeo.
They didn't know where you were going?
No, but we didn't.
We went with,
Red had got the marriage license that day, and my birth certificate said I was 18. I was only 17.
Mm-hmm.
And we run off and got married.
What run off?
well, Noel and Jean was
With
with
Noel.
us.
Yeah, I know.
Run off to where?
Wellington.
To the
Got married in a cotton patch at the Justice of the
Justice of the
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah.
That was
Day?
at Wellington.
What time of the
Out
day
in the
was?
country there.
What time of the day
It
was
was about
that?
8 o'clock at night.
Okay.
And so,
We spent the night,
We-
Noel and them went to the motel that night.
In
me
Wellington.
and you didn't spend the whole night there. We was there long enough to consummate the marriage.
And then where'd
But
you go?
He took me home.
How did we get home if we didn't walk?
You took me home, and Noel and them had to leave too.
Yeah.
I don't know why they left, but you took me back
Well,
to
that was there at Wellington.
Mama's and Daddy's.
And then you went
That
home.
was March the 29th.
And I was gone.
And you went home? Where did you go after you left her at the Hamiltons?
To Mom and Daddy's, I guess.
Okay, okay.
The only place I had to go.
Yeah. So we kept it secret for about 3 or 4 weeks.
3 or 4 weeks?
Uh-huh.
How'd you
And
do that? How many times did you see each other?
every night. But he was coming over
You were just changing.
there. Yeah.
And then what happened when you told everybody?
Nothing.
I told Mama. I told Mama that,
Well, Mom and Daddy knew was
oh yeah,
getting married.
yeah, 'cause I borrowed a dress from Jean. And got married in a pink flowered dress.
So, Noel and Jean were living at the Smiths.
They all lived there.
And how far away did the Smiths live from the Hamiltons?
Oh, about 3 or 4 miles
From where?
from
From where y'all
Daddy-
lived, where
Yeah.
Mom and Daddy lived?
Yeah.
Yeah. You walked over there.
It wasn't no 3 or 4 miles, just a short distance.
Well, what was each place?
Down
What
the road
was
and then turn to the left and you back up on the right.
what was everybody doing? How were you making? What was Papa Hamilton doing? What was Papa Smith
He was
doing?
Farming.
Farming?
Yeah.
But they didn't own. They were renting.
Yeah, Daddy was.
Okay.
See, we went over there and we picked cotton the first year. Or I did, you didn't. But your daddy had, and the boys had planted that year
Yeah.
and picked cotton.
Okay. Then,
Well, I kept the books.
how long did you live there?
We
You,
went,
you picked cotton all summer. Oh.
no,
Not
Okay.
very long.
no,
did we?
So
because we
from-
moved to level land in time for them. We moved to level land in April, the last of April, because,
Well,
That's
it
when
was
we
cotton,
lived in
it
there.
was cotton planting time, I don't know.
yeah, and y'all worked on the farm.
what- Me,
No.
Noel, and Daddy all got a job on the same,
On the same
driving tractor planting
Yeah.
cotton.
And the Hamiltons moved to level land, or they stayed
No,
in
no,
Dodson?
no. They
Okay.
moved.
So from March to April to May.
As soon as I told Mama that I was married, well, she said, well, you go live with me.
Well, after Mom and Daddy moved from where they were at when I come in from service, they moved up the road up toward that Fatty Keith, they called him, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And me and you started living with them up there for a while before we,
Well, it wasn't long.
before we moved to
What was his
Level
name?
Land or whatever it was.
What was her name? Was that the first place you lived?
Yeah.
First place you
together.
lived? And what
a
was it
great
like?
big old
Was it just a
house.
room?
Oh, no,
It's a whole house?
it was a whole house about, you see, one.
Mhm.
Well, how much,
We got the honeymoon room,
what
Yeah.
kind of furniture did you have?
Rooms. Kitchen, living room,
those old iron bedsteads.
two bedrooms, I think, and a hall. It wasn't very big. But
Electricity?
back then, kids, 3 or 4 kids sleep in one bed.
Had electricity? Well, how many people lived there?
I don't know.
Oh, how many people? Well, let's see, Papa and Granny and
So,
May,
but that,
Alice.
so the first place you lived, everybody else lived with you too?
Oh, we were just in the room.
Okay.
And then when we moved to Levelland, well, we had a 3-room house, and there was Bert and Daryl and Mama and Daddy and
Hamilton?
No,
Bert and Joe, wasn't it?
well, Joe come in.
Yeah.
Joe come in to Levelland and got his money that Bert had saved up, and took Bert's things back. And then I don't know.
Bert and Joe were already married
Oh yeah,
before the war?
yeah. No, during the war, I think. They got married in Nogales, Mexico.
Okay.
We only lived there
When,
3 or 4 months. You've been there that long, planting that cotton. When we got people planting cotton, we left. So that was.
Yeah, 'cause Bubba
we
come
went
in
over
from
to
Arizona.
to the same guy, working for the same person. Me and you and Noel and Jean moved over to that house, and Noel was still working, doing something, and I was irrigating of the night.
It was
Irrigating.
4,
must have been later in the summer?
Yeah.
yeah, it was a 4-room house. And in the front part of the house, Noel and Bit and Jean's room was there, and mine and Red's was right
We
there.
used
We had the kitchen
you know,
back here,
We both used it.
and that's
kitchen.
when that picture was made, in there. And then Bubba come along and wanted us to go to Arizona. So we loaded up in the truck
Went to Eloy.
and went to Eloy.
Later on that fall?
Mm-hmm. And that's when,
Who's we? Everybody?
no, Noel and Jean and Linda, me and Red.
Okay.
And we lived then in that old rat hole. It was a motel-like thing. And it was
Yeah.
so hot. It
Well,
was,
it's more or less like a roadside park with cabbage.
uh-huh.
And
And
it had a little.
Noel and Jean lived down
Just
there.
a one room, 2 rooms?
Two
In the
rooms.
cabin?
And that's when he brought home those potatoes. And absolutely, I am not lying, but there was potatoes in that sack that was that big, almost as big as a basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to cut them half in 2 for us, to fix for us.
Yeah.
From the farm there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
first he picked them
since
up.
you mentioned them potatoes, now this was later on. You and I guess you was real small. We moved to California.
I was small.
No, I was.
Jim.
No, it was Jim. We didn't move to
Jim.
California till after Jim was born.
Well,
Jim was born in
you
Casa Grande.
mentioned that potato. Me and Daddy would go and buy potatoes
Oh, that's,
for me and you and the kids and him and Mom and the kids.
and those potatoes went
Half
right
of 'em, you know.
around.
Little big potato.
So they real small. And we got a big sack full of them, real cheap. But her and Mama got tired of trying to peel them, really big potatoes.
I didn't
And
have sense enough to
she
boil
come
them.
and told me that we're out of potatoes. I said, you can't be, Judy. We hadn't eaten that many. Well, they're all gone. Well, a few days later, if you put a potato in the ground covered up, it's just gonna come up. So 2 or 3 days later, I went out in the yard and come back in there.
It was under the porch,
I said, Judy, what them
potato vines doing that.
potato vine doing out there on the side of the house? I have no idea.
I
But
buried
she
the
went and
peelings.
buried them.
I buried the peelings.
Yeah, but you didn't realize they'd come up after you
Well,
buried them.
that was back. That was when Tom was little.
That's what I'm.
He's
I
in
remember
the first grade.
They're playing out there and Tom was hollering, "You ain't gonna catch me." There were two little girls following him
Yeah.
after. You remember that? And Jim was sitting on the porch laughing. That was over where?
Compton.
Huh?
Compton.
Compton,
Compton.
California.
Yeah.
Must have been 55 or
I don't know.
55 or so. Yeah.
We moved
And
out in
I was
54.
working for a Air Force over there.
Nor
American.
Huh?
Oh,
You remember what name it?
at Norco?
Norco?
Northrop.
Air Force. He's over in Norco.
He was painting.
Well, painting and just whatever needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
And we lived
Sweep,
in a,
paint, wash.
and we lived in a two-room house there.
Well, it was nice. It was a nice place.
That was when that was,
That's when Jimmy was born, I think.
well, that,
And Jean, Noel would bring Jean over there to spend the day with me. And she was sitting there, and I'd been hanging out diapers. And so I walked in the house and she said, "Judy, did you see Linda out there?" I said, "No." And then I looked and she was holding her. She was asleep. Linda came up. Oh yeah, we had some good times.
yeah.
But when we had the pink eye, or they did. and we
Me and
lived in
Oldie, how do we get that? Catch them the kids or what?
them old cows and stuff down at the dairy.
Mm-hmm.
Where was this?
That was 11 Mile Corner.
That's when you moved to Eloy.
Yeah.
Eloy was 11 Mile Corner, and that was
Pink eye.
that was late 40.
It'll blind you.
That was late 46.
Uh-huh. Jim was born in 47.
So y'all got it.
They got the pink eye. I didn't. And Noel was sitting there, is mashing up his beans. He even had the toothache at the same time.
Yeah.
So he
yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
chew, and he's mashing his beans up. And he couldn't see. And he said, "Well, I'll tell you, I feel like going out and driving some nails in the wall and just butting my head into them." And putting his eyes out.
Because they burned.
They cooked red beans for supper and he was taking them apart and mashed them up.
That's all we had. Beans and potatoes.
Yeah.
Cornbread.
No.
Jean made the cornbread, I made the biscuits. Yeah.
So what'd you do for the pink eye? Did you
Uh,
take medicine for
boric
the
acid.
pink eye? Boric acid?
Boric acid. Washed their eyes with boric acid.
Anybody get sick otherwise? Flu or?
Mm-mm. Now, I don't know why we went over to the camp where Papa and Granny lived there, the tent camp. Why did we have to go over there to take a shower? Went over there and took a shower in that
At Eloy. 11
11
Mile
at
Corner.
11 Mile Corner. I
You-
don't know
you
why.
didn't have water?
Talking about had to go with Mom and
Probably
Daddy.
we
You
didn't
didn't
have
have water
water.
at the place you stayed?
At our house. I imagine that's what it was. I don't.
Did you have electricity?
Yeah. We had air conditioning.
I'd have had water, but maybe didn't have a bathtub.
We had a shower. There, but we had to go.
Is that
over
when they
there.
lived there on Paramount Boulevard?
No,
Huh?
that's 11 Mile Corner. 11 Mile Corner.
Now, Judy, we had a bathroom and a shower in the
I
apartment.
know it, but
Well, maybe the water went off. We
that's
didn't
what
get
I
in.
said.
Maybe the water was off, huh?
But,
You remember that address Mom and Daddy lived at on Paramount? You know, that we used to go
12-5-12.
right the little shopping center right there, remember?
What
You remember
was
the
it?
address?
12-5-12.
12512, Paramount Boulevard.
Yeah. And then we lived on Debonair Street when Tom rode the bus around and around and around.